Oh, I've been playing with Facebook Live filters. This is pretty exciting, you guys. I just did a bunch of videos on my Snapchat and was playing with Snapchat filters. And I was coming over here and I'm like, because I'm really tired. So I'm like, Facebook needs filters because I'm exhausted. I don't want my face showing. And then here we are. So we're going to do this shit in black and white. But it's late. I never do late night live streams. I'm usually asleep by now, to be quite honest with you. Hey, Emily. I haven't done a live in a little, it's been a bit. It's been a little bit. I was out of town for a few days and then doing all kinds of other stuff, and I haven't been live in a few. So, here I am. But I basically was over on Snapchat talking about that post I made earlier where I was talking about some changes that are going on in, things I'm rolling out, changes that are going on in my, ways to work with me. And I just wanted to I'm probably going to do several things going into more detail about, the things individually, whether it be posts or videos. But, I just kind of wanted to pop on tonight. I was still awake. I just got done doing my Christmas cards and writing out my plan for tomorrow and everything. So I just figured I'd pop on and just kind of talk about the changes and why I'm making them, because I think it's important that I explain it or talk about that, because I think it's something that we should, every person should evaluate in their own world, meaning how they're structuring their time and allowing people to have, access to them or access to their schedule, whether it's at work or in your own business or in your personal life, basically. But I just think it's important that you're aware of these things and aware of the fact that you can make the changes needed in order to best be serving you, plus best be serving the people that you are serving, if that makes any sense at all. But anyway, I posted in that the way that people will be working with me one-on-one for coaching packages has changed. So, as of right now, I only work with people in 3-month packages. Some of you know that, some of you don't know that. So, I basically don't sell one-on-one, one-time sessions. I truly don't believe that it's effective in the way that I want to help people. Creating an intentional lifestyle and creating time management in your life doesn't happen in one session. It doesn't even happen in a couple of sessions. It happens. Basically, I do 3-month packages, but on average, my clients stay with me for about a year, close to a year. At least 9 months is what I've come to have be the average. So, which I love, and it works out really well because we're making shifts in every area of your life, and these aren't just shifts that only involve you. These are shifts that involve, everybody, and just every single aspect of your life. So anyway, that's why I only do 3-month packages. But what was happening was I've had a couple of payment issues. I have a couple people not necessarily taking it super seriously, and I just wasn't liking the feel of it. Plus, my schedule has gotten super freaking booked up where it's been difficult for me to manage and maintain this space. Meaning, it's not difficult, but it's not the way I want it to be. I'd much rather prefer to know for a fact that I'm going to be working one-on-one with a specific client for 6 months. So we're on the same page for 6 months. I can plan that far in advance, travel-wise and everything, and know what's where and what I need to be doing. So that is why I'm shifting it. And the reason I'm telling you that is because I think it's important that we all recognize it and pay attention to what shifts we can make in our business or the way that we manage our lifestyle or our jobs, where we can make those kinds of shifts where it's better serving us as well as the people around us. Because if it's not better serving us, chances are you're not going to be able to serve the people around you in the full capacity that you want to, because you're stressed or you're stretched too thin or whatever the case may be. And, you guys, for those of you who've listened to me talk before, it's extremely important to me that I'm at full capacity and being able to give my full attention. I take that responsibility extremely seriously with my tribe and my private clients and everybody. I take it very seriously that I'm able to give like 110% to people all the time. So this is just a way for me to be able to do that even more. Hey Andrew, what's up? Thanks for being here. So basically that's what I'm shifting. What's up, Scott? Shifting things from the 3-month packages to the 6-month packages. What that includes is, so the price is basically the same, but obviously it's a 6-month commitment. I do, like for example, with 3 months, if people pay in full, I give them a fat discount, because it saves me credit card fees, quite honestly. So I give them a discount. But now when I do this, like as of right now, if someone wants me to fly to their location and do like an on-site visit, it's $4,000. Okay, just being quite frank with you guys. That covers my travel expenses. That covers me being there for 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours. That covers everything, right? So what I'm going to do, because I know how impactful it is and how powerful it is for me to be on site with my clients, whether that's us literally like sitting in a restaurant, if they're like an online business owner, or we're sitting in their actual like brick and mortar business, like which is my background is in both. So I can come into a brick and mortar business and be super, super helpful. I actually truly love doing that. But so with the 6-month package, the client has the opportunity to choose to have me come on or come to their location for only $1,000. So basically that's just covering my travel expenses. That's it. So they're pretty much getting an entire day with me as a bonus for signing the 6-month contract. So I'm super stoked about that. It's going to be really amazing. It gives each one of my clients just a bigger opportunity, obviously, to just enhance and take full advantage of what we're doing together, and just a whole nother level. So it's really cool. And I'm super excited about that. But like, the 3-month package is still available until the end of the year. So anybody who's kind of like on the fence about wanting to do that, like if you don't necessarily think that you're going to want to make a 6-month commitment, talk to me now and let's get you on board for a 3-month commitment before that goes away. I'm playing around with the idea of offering a one-on-one days, but we'll see what happens, basically. The other thing is a lot of people come to me for leadership coaching or wanting to grow the culture of their business, which is what I work with a lot of my private clients on, but there's a lot of need for that in like ways of actually training their team. So I'm working with my team on creating some courses and creating some work that's not just about you being a leader, but things that you can give your team to help strengthen the culture, to help you get to know them better, like deep down on exactly what they need and want. And for the communication level of things, and just that's the biggest thing. Like if you and your team aren't communicating and you're not leading them, chances are you're not going to get the result that you want. That's the majority of the problem. So anyway, I'm working on that. That's one of the other things I listed there. And I'm going to be traveling a lot this next year, and I'm going to make sure to leave 2 to 3 extra days in each city that I visit. And I'll throw out the dates like a month in advance to anybody who's in that area and give them the opportunity to do a one-on-one day with me while I'm there. Obviously, we'll figure that all out, and that'll be thrown out as those travel dates happen. But that's exciting. And Get Shit Done clothing is coming. We've talked about this several times, but I am a stickler for attention to detail. Imagine that. And I have just not been satisfied with the final product of any of the Get Shit Done shirts that I've tried to order. Like, I just don't like them, basically. And so I've been playing around with different ideas, and I wanted to do one of the drop shipping companies to where I don't have to buy inventory, but I'm not satisfied with any of them. So I'm probably going to be getting inventory. But I'll have that all figured out and dropped to you guys by the end of January. And it's just I'm going to trickle out a couple different designs every couple months is basically how it's going to work. And they're going to, when they sell, they sell. But obviously it'll be around like my brand. So things you hear me say a lot, shit that you know I live by, like, are you walking your talk? I have a few really cool ones in line that are coming out, so I'm pretty stoked about that. Definitely Get Shit Done shirts. I have a really cool logo. Some of you may have seen it. I've printed it on bags and gave it as exclusive gifts to the ladies that came to my live event in May. And so we're actually stretching it out, and we've got it to where it places across the front of a shirt. And it's really, really cool looking. Like, it looks awesome on a black or like a dark gray color shirt. It looks really cool. So basically, Emily, earlier when you said you haven't caught a live in a while and you want to know why I haven't done a live in a while, well, there's your answer. There's been a lot going on. So much. I don't know who Rocco is. Scott, I don't know who that is. I have a local company that I used to do business with a lot, that I've been talking to about doing inventory here locally. And the only reason, to be really frank with you guys, the only reason I'm even playing around with the idea of doing and having the inventory here is because I have an in-house assistant that can help me with the packaging and shipping and tracking the inventory. Otherwise, I have no desire to deal with that shit because I got, to run a coaching business. I'm not going to make my bread and butter off of, right now, especially off of this apparel line. So I have to be smart about it, which is why, like, the only reason I've even played around with the idea of having inventory is because I have Kiara here, so she can help me manage it all. But, yes, Scott, you have to tell me who you're talking about. I don't know who that is. So yeah, guys, like, that's basically what's going on, and I'm pretty excited to, like, roll this stuff out. Oh, there was one other thing. See, I'm so tired. There's one other thing. So I feel like a lot of people set goals. I love it. Emily, you're awesome. So I feel like a lot of people set goals. Well, I don't feel like, I just know that people set goals all day long, all the time, and they just don't do anything with them, right? It's just the truth. People are 90-day goals. Here's my declaration of my 90-day goals. Here's my New Year's resolution. And then we just don't do anything. Like, life happens and shit starts going on and we just don't stick to them. And that's what people do. And people do it for years and years and years and years and years. So Friday, I'm launching a mastermind. That's going to be, I'm thinking it's going to be 8, limited to 8 people, but we'll see. Depending on the type of people and who I get in it, we'll see how that goes. But that's my goal right there, is the number 8. And what happens in that is it'll start the second week in January. And it will be 3 months long. It'll be a group. It'll be trainings for me. It'll be access to all of my trainings, access to me. And we're going to go through, obviously, the accountability and consistency side of sticking to your goals and making sure things are mapped out and things like that, but also creating the world of intentional living. So that has become my number one favorite thing to talk about and teach, is being intentional. So it's along the same lines of being proactive, I guess, in a way, but like, it takes it to a whole nother level. You're talking about getting shit done, being present and being proactive and being productive, all wrapped into one little bow of intentional living. And it feels really, really good. Being intentional with your actions, your thoughts, your emotions, how you handle things, what you do day in and day out. Like, being actually intentional with all of those things is a freaking game changer. And it's one of my absolute favorite things to talk about. And it's just become the number one thing. I probably talk about it 85% of the time when I'm on my private calls. So that's going to be a big thing that we're going to go over on how to learn how to do that, how to tweak it and implement it and make it be your way of life, which is why I'm going to do that mastermind for 3 months. It's going to be like pretty damn affordable to get into it, ladies and gentlemen. So pay attention, because I'm telling you right now, it's going to be the next best thing to having a private coach. So, and I think that's the biggest thing people are missing. Like, people go do things, or they go and they sit down and they write out their goals, and then they don't have anybody to hold them accountable. And self-discipline is hard, and not everybody has it. It takes lots of years to create self-discipline. And so it's definitely one of those things where when you don't have that accountability, it's really hard to stay on track. So it's definitely something I see happen, and it hurts my heart because I'm like, dude, like people have the best, like they have the best of intentions, but they don't know how to intentionally live and create that and stick to those things. So that's basically going to be the big focus there. It's going to be deep. It's not going to be for everybody. I'm actually going to do kind of like interview calls for people who want to join it, to make sure that they're a good fit. And I'm pretty excited because basically, like, I don't want anybody in there that's not willing to be honest and do the work. And when they're struggling, like, tell me about it, because there's nothing worse than saying, I have ran several groups or trainings where nobody speaks. And I know a lot of people deal with that, and it happens, but like, that's not how I want this to be, because I'm going to tell you something about me that you guys may not know. I'd rather people not pay me their money than for them not to, I'd rather people not give me money than them not follow through. Like, and that's just the truth, because it's so disheartening, and it's so just like, it's bad energy around me, and I just hate it. I just don't like it to be in my space. I cannot stand, like, I'd rather people not pay me than pay me and then do nothing. Makes me crazy. So, sorry, I was on a rant here. He's an Old Den member in Baltimore. Okay, the Mud Protein Coffee. Yeah, I remember who that is. Yeah. Okay, now that you say that, Scott, I remember. I didn't know he did printing. I'll have to send him a message. Thank you. Michael, the details will be launching on Friday, so keep your eyeballs open for that. Check out, I'll do the same thing I always do. I'll have a page with a video, but you can always watch it and then ask me any questions you have. And then what we'll probably do, if you want, what I'm going to do is let people know the price point up front. So if they can afford it and they want to do it, then we'll jump on a quick call, do kind of like some interview questions, and move on from there. That's how the process is going to work. Because, I get it. Like, not everybody can pay certain dollars amount, so I don't want to say, hey, let's have this interview call, and then I give them the price, and they're like, ah! So I'm going to do it a little bit backwards than what most people do, because I don't want to waste anybody's time. Like, that's not cool for anybody involved. Scott, not setting goals anymore. Setting targets now and using a sniper rifle to hit it. Well, so I think that's just your perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I say setting goals, like, I look at my goals as very different than other people's. Like, some people are breaking their goals down into, like, super, super detailed points. I think everybody does it different. So whatever works for you, Scott, whatever keeps you feeling motivated and keeps you feeling focused and keeps you taking action, then whatever floats your boat. Like, keep at it. That's awesome. For sure. You are welcome, Michael. You are welcome. So yeah, again, goal setting is an interesting thing. Like, you guys, anybody who's worked with me, I don't believe in like a cookie cutter method to anything. I don't believe there's a cookie cutter method to planning or goal setting or time management. I believe there are certain techniques that people can then mold into their own world. But I think everybody is so different, and we all have such different lives and such different lifestyles and ways of thinking and what we like and what we don't like, that it's really naive to think that you can just like line out this one path that's going to be right for everyone. So I don't do that. Like, I couldn't do that. I would literally not sleep at night if that's what I was trying to sell people. So it's always interesting. So Scott, I appreciate you saying that, because it's always interesting to me to kind of hear from other people what feels better for them when it comes to, goal setting or not goal setting or whatever it is that you want to do. Basically, the name of the game is you can set as many goals as you want, but they don't matter if you're not doing anything. So there may or may not be a shirt coming out that says, are you talking shit or doing shit? Like, that might happen. Maybe. So stay tuned. Anyways, yeah, no, you guys are kick-ass. I don't know why I don't get on this late. Well, probably because, like I said, I'm usually asleep right now. What time is it? Yeah, I'm usually asleep by now. But, oh, Mac, my dog, this is just random, I'm going to tell you guys. For those of you who remember, and a lot of you guys are so cool, like you've checked in with me over the, whether it's on Snapchat or Instagram or Facebook, wherever you guys send me messages asking about my dogs, which makes me so freaking happy, and it makes me love all of you and want to drive to your house and give you the biggest hug you've ever had in your life. Because I love that. My dogs mean the world to me, and so it makes me super happy. Kurt, you want what? A hug or a shirt? Oh, Emily, you're the best. So Mac had his second leg surgery, so he had let his ligaments were torn in both of his knees, and basically the repair rate for fixing that ligament is only 40%, so they actually ended up putting an implant in. 6 weeks ago, he got his left leg done. They put the implant in, which is basically like the equivalent of a knee replacement for a human. And so 6 weeks ago, he had that done, and then he just had the right leg done today. Everything went well. Everything went really well, and he had to stay overnight at the vet, which makes me sad, but it was also kind of nice because you guys all also know that he's very whiny, and he doesn't ever stop talking. So it was kind of nice to have a quiet night, especially because we have another 4 weeks ahead of us of him being completely stuck in a box, basically. He can't get up. He can't do anything for himself besides he can get up to eat dinner. He can get up twice, 2 to 3 times a day to go outside for 5 minutes to go to the bathroom. So it's definitely a lot of work. It's very sad. But we're on the last leg of it. So 4 weeks of being confined in a room again, and then he'll be able to start taking walks, and we'll start doing some rehab, and then by like Valentine's Day, I should be able to not have to watch his every move anymore, and that's going to be really exciting. So don't be surprised if I don't go on vacation like right after that. Yes, exactly, Tiffany. Literally on the last leg of it. Like, literally. I've given all of my dollars to the vet. Like, it's so bad. Okay, Kurt. Yeah, shirts. So the shirts are coming out. Keep your eyes open. They'll be launching, hopefully. The plan is, the target date is the end of January. So, then you can get one. And no, they're not free shirts, silly. Thanks, Tiff. Yeah, so that's where we're at with everything. So it's kind of cool. Like I told you guys initially, you know, it was interesting because people get bad news or they get situations that are kind of throw wrenches in their plans, and they tend to like allow it to stop them and push them down and make them pause. And I did the exact opposite when Mac had surgery. And like, FYI, if you don't follow me on Snapchat, you should, because I think I'm real hilarious. But basically, I think I'm funny. But basically, you can kind of see what goes down with this dog. Like, he's literally keeping me up basically all hours of the night. So the fact that I'm able to keep things, like, hold down the fort and keep things rolling is pretty fucking awesome. And it's just a true testament to, like, what intentional living can do for you and how being on top of your shit and being planned and present actually works. So anyway, I was able to take that situation where I was basically stuck in the house. Like, I went to Nashville last weekend, and that was like my one outing where I was gone from the house for more than a couple of hours or more than like an hour. And the first 2 to 3 weeks that after surgery, I can't leave him at all for more than just an hour, which is the only time I do, which is when I go to the gym. So yeah, so I used it, I turned it around. I'm like, look, I'm going to be stuck in this house, so I'm just going to be like insanely productive, finish all these projects, launch all this new shit. Like, my house is insanely organized now. Like, I went through and cleared so much space and purged all kinds of shit that I don't need, or that I didn't use. I donated like several bags to the women's shelter, and then I have some stuff that was like still had the tags on it and was like sell worthy, I guess you would say. So I'm gonna post some of this up for sale. But yeah, so it was good. I made the most out of that, and I felt really amazing. Made the most out of that time where I was stuck in this house. So basically I have another 6 weeks of it, so I'm pretty excited to be starting the new year that same way. So it's going to be awesome. So anyways, keep your eyes open, guys, for the mastermind information on Friday. And then the clothing line the end of January. And then obviously, like I said, if you or anyone you know was wanting to do the coaching and you would prefer to do 3 months over 6 months to start, get a hold of me before the end of the year. Because as of the end of the year, that goes bye-bye. All right. I'm going to jump off, go wash my face, and go to sleep. You guys are freaking awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little while tonight. I appreciate you all. And I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya!